Hey everyone, welcome to the video. We finally have a new update coming, and that's going to add HQ26. Going to get a couple new buildings, some changes to VP chests, and some quality of life improvements. Now we're on the dev build to show this, so that's why we have tons of diamonds. But let's look at the new HQ. To upgrade, you're going to need XP level 68. But once you do, you'll get an extra wood storage, 3 mines, a shock mine, and more importantly, the brand new building, which is going to be called the bunkers. So you can only get the new bunkers at HQ26. Anyone below that won't have access. And it works pretty similar to like the clan castle and Clash of Clans. So you put your own troops inside, they're going to defend for you. Difference is they're staying in the building the whole time till it's destroyed. So first you can choose what troops to fill it with. And at level 1 you can only have 1 housing space, so just fill it with the rifle here. But as you upgrade it, you can increase the troops you can house. So at level 2, at 2 housing space, you can choose to hold 2 rifles or even a Zuka. But at max level, you have 8 housing space, so a bit more options there. And the cool thing is you can mix and match what troops you use, so it doesn't all have to be just one troop. But let's test it out and see how it works. So troops have to stay inside the bunker the whole time. And we're going to show some gameplay of heavies versus the bunker, filled with different troops. And you'll probably notice that some of them are going to be a bit useless. Let you see which ones those are. Troops inside the bunker attack whatever you're hitting with. Since troops have to stay in the bunker while shooting, a few of them get extra range. Rifles and heavies get 50% more range, and Zooks, Cryos, and Lasers get 20% extra, which makes them a bit more useful. You can't hold any big troops like tanks, mechs, scorchers, or proto troops. And the troops inside the bunker are affected by offensive stats. So the more TD and TH statues you have, the stronger your bunker troops will be. Also affected by tribes, so if you get the bomber speed boost and you have a bomber in the bunker, then it's going to shoot super fast. And finally, when the bunker is destroyed, troops just come out and keep attacking until they're dead. Also, the bunker itself takes less damage from barrage and artillery, which is increased by level. So a max bunker will block 40% of damage from barrage or art. And here are the total stats for all 8 levels. You can see the housing space just increases by 1, and then the air defense, they call it, by 5. So basically, how much gold you make from your residences, it takes that gold and subtracts it. So different troops cost different amounts of gold, and that's taken away from the gold you make. It only affects residences, so even if you have freed up islands which give you gold or whatever's in your storages or resource boat, it doesn't affect the bunkers. And it only takes gold every hour, which means it can be rated either no times or 50 times and the bunker will still act the same. If gold production somehow drops below what you need for troops, then you just can't put them in. Also, gold production is affected by tribes and green statues. And you can see with the lasers here, even if you shock the bunker, the troops still keep attacking. Also got some balancing and quality of life improvements. First thing is you can now upgrade hero abilities with attack plans, or I think you can just wait it out or use time savers or gem it. Now you can store up to 5 classified items instead of 2. But I think the biggest change is happening to VP chests, because now you can finally stack up to 8 of them. So it's still going to be 1 every 6 hours, but you can let them stack, and to 2 days you have 8 VP chests, where they're going to max out at. This can be a great way to store intel or resources, like if you hoard up a bunch of VP chests and use it for dumping intel in a task force. And even for casual players, you don't have to play multiple times a day for max rewards. Now you can just even play every other day and still get the same as someone who plays daily. Another change to VP is you'll no longer gain or lose VP from resource bases. So if you want to trade resource bases to get a VP chest faster, you can't really do that. Also, there used to be a bug where if you have a main island upgrade finished during warships, you never got the XP from it. So now the first time after we log in the update, they're going to recalc the XP you should have and let you know if there are any changes. I think most people might not get any changes, but for those who do, you'll see the corrected XP value. There's also a few changes to lower levels. It's going to take less XP to upgrade through HQs 4 to 7, and here are the exact stats for it. Also, training times for rifles are going to be reduced. Before it took 1 minute to load one rifle, but now it only takes 10 seconds. Which technically means that max level, it'll only take like 5 minutes to load all your rifles. Before it took around 30. Also, the intel cap for task forces is increased by half. And they did this a few months ago, but now they're doing it again. So I think it should be much easier to store a bunch of intel, especially during crab. And here are the stats to go with it. And the last bit of balancing has to do with defending troops, so some from the bunkers, but also critters from the critter launcher. And you can see the side by side of what's changing. Basically, once you have critters that are walking towards your troops, if you have troops that are attacking a building, before they'd never retarget onto critters. And if you didn't have any GB for a flare or something else, those critters just eat up all your troops. But now, as soon as they come in range, your troops are going to retarget and kill the defending troops. And this might be good in hits where, again, you don't have GB to deal with them, so now they will retarget. But it could be a double-edged sword, because let's say your troops are already hitting a critter launcher. If critters keep coming out, they might keep retargeting, since they're going to focus on defending troops over buildings. That's mainly the balancing side. There are also some improvements to the boom pass. And before we get into the changes, if you are considering buying the boom pass or any other shop offers, using a content creator's code is appreciated, and if you'd like to support us, then you can use code Stoneheart. So for the boom pass, now you can see a progress bar if you do a hit involving a mission. You can also pin messages, so if there's a really long one, like you need 20 dives, you can pin it at the top so you always know the progress of it. You can re-roll missions with diamonds. It's going to start out with 5 per re-roll and just increase by 5 each time. And finally, missions can now give intel. It's either 1, 2, or 3, depending on how hard it is. If you buy the boom pass, it's going to double the intel though. This could also be useful if you want to dump intel in task force, actually get the intel until you press claim. So you can do a ton of challenges, join a task force you want, and give a bunch of intel. And as with any HQ update, we're going to get a bunch of new levels. So the weapon lab gets a new upgrade, which now lets you convert proto parts. Will cost diamonds, just like converting shards in the sculptor. You can either convert one proto part at a time or in bulk, which is a bit cheaper long term. We're going to get new levels on the sawmill, vault, which also gives an extra % to keep resources safe. Gunboat gets a level, adding an extra GBE, but I think the biggest upgrade is going to be new level of landing crafts. Because now it's going to let you hold a ton of extra troops, but big ones include warriors, lasers, and you get an extra medic and Gren. We're also going to get new building levels to the ones you see here, and that's how they look at max level. Sadly, no visual changes, but here are the stats to upgrade them. Cool thing is we finally have buildings above 20k health, the mortar and boom cannon. The armory gets a new level, and every single troop is also going to get an upgrade. And here are the stats shown. Most abilities also get a level, except flare, smoke, and shocks. And finally, we get a new level for mines and boom mines. Hero wise, there's a bit of a bigger change than usual, because we finally get hero abilities to level 7, but just to a few of them. So from HQ 25, you can upgrade Iron Will and Critter Swarm to level 7, and here are the stats. And in HQ 26, you can upgrade every hero by 1 level. It's going to increase the hero perks, so you can see the new stats there. You can also get an extra level on Crystal Critters for Kevon and Taunt for Bullet. Taunt could have a huge impact since you're cutting the damage limit by half. And as we wrap up what's in the update, there are some minor bug fixes that's shown on screen. But some of the big news is we have a new update. Seems catered more to max level players, but also some quality of life changes like letting a VP chest stack. Let me know what you think of the update in the comments. But that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.